New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you here on a Friday night. It's 5 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for the good news. I'm so grateful you're with us. I am here in the brand new Thought Media Network $1 Million studio, making sure we send this broadcast out across the globe. Grateful that you're with us. Thanks for being a part of the New Thought Media Network, folks. It's Friday night. We like to share the good news stories and have a little fun as well. First up tonight, a follow-up to a story we did a number of weeks back. A California startup, BWU Storage Solutions, finished last year with over $1 million in the bank, well, having made $1 million, and they did it off the back of 1,300 used battery packs from old Honda and Toyota electric vehicles. So not only did they take these batteries out of, keep them from ending up in the landfills, but they were able to use these as storage devices for renewable energy and then sold that energy back to the California power grid. This is smart tech, folks. This is good news. This is the way, and this is a model not just on this larger scale. Now, currently, they have a facility in California. It's creating about 25 megawatts of storage capability or capacity. They can fit any EV battery into their system. And they're looking at outside investment to expand into other operations in Texas and more operations in California as well. You know, we don't talk about it much, but those EV batteries are going to have to go somewhere. And as they break down, they become less capable of holding the charge for the vehicle. But it doesn't mean that they're dead and completely done. I'm loving these stories that remind us there are innovative ways to do this. And if we can do this at the 25 megawatt level, just imagine what you could do with 4 or 5 old EV batteries and a solar panel to power your home or your small intentional community. I think there's a big upside here, folks, and we're going to keep an eye on this story as it continues to develop and as we go throughout the world, or as we go through the year. All right, next up, another really good story, actually in the same segment. Now, those EV batteries, and so many batteries around the world now, are made from lithium or made with lithium. And up until now, India was not known to possess any lithium deposits. Well, the Geological Survey of India recently did release a study. They estimate that they have found around 5.9 million metric tons of lithium in a single source. This would make Indians reserves the second largest lithium deposit reserves on the planet. This one deposit would put India in the number 2 space as far as lithium deposits. This is also good news, folks. Whether we like it or not, we're going to need this mineral. We're going to need lithium blocks, which are a rare thing, are much demanded global mineral for all kinds of batteries, and will be necessary far into the future to get us off of carbon and oil and other based fuels. Good news coming out of India. It's all around us. You know, folks, here on the New Thought Media Network, we like to take a look at the stories that perhaps you're not finding in your normal news sources. And we like to also let those folks know that we love and appreciate them. We get most of our stories from 2 main categories. One is the goodnewsnetwork.org. They are one of our prime sources of good news stories. And we also love hanging out over at sunnyskies.com. Please do head over to those sites, give those folks the love and attention that they deserve for doing the good work and making sure that that there's good news out there that they're reporting on it, and then we're reporting on them reporting on it. I think it works out pretty well. Hey, next up now, all right, we got all these tech ideas going on, and tech was in my news feed this morning here in my home state of Colorado, but there's also another project going on that I found. These are 2 really unique energy storage and carbon capture ideas put together. So in the Midwest, the University of Illinois, researchers are looking at using heated water as a thermoelectric battery to generate electricity. And so this would operate the same way a geothermal power plant works. However, it all happens within the old abandoned gas and oil mines. The Illinois basin is ideal for oil extraction, but has no subsurface source of heat to produce the geothermal power. So these folks are going to pump hot water down into these wells. Many of the same properties that make a subsurface rock formation ideal for oil and gas extraction also make it ideal for geothermal storage. That's lead researcher Tugsi Baser, an environmental engineer professor at the University of Illinois. He continued by saying, our test site is a former gas well. It already has most of the needed infrastructure in place, and our field results combined with further numerical modeling find that the process can sustain a thermal storage efficiency of 82%. That's a lot of words to say we can use hot water and old mines to act as a battery and storage device for renewable energy. In a related story, a Colorado company announced yesterday afternoon that it will be the first commercial scale project to capture and store carbon dioxide before it's released into the air. Carbon America will build and operate a new system that pulls carbon dioxide produced at both the Sterling and Yuma ethanol plants in northeastern Colorado. Now, the gas will be siphoned. It'll be pumped through pipelines and stored in a saline aquifer almost a mile underground, again accessed through old oil and gas wells. This is another great idea, and it's going to take all these wonderful and unique ideas to meet our carbon emission goals that have been set for this country and for the planet if we want to stop climate change and at least help with the emissions and lower the temperature. Ethanol plants around the country are among some of the first facilities to test these carbon capture ideas and use them in storage on these larger scales. Climate researchers do say the process is a necessary tool to prevent planet warming emissions. Being able to pull these projects together, get them executed, and getting CO2 ejected within 2 years, I think is going to be a huge win, said Lewis, CEO of Carbon America. And this is a great news for the whole sector. Amazing how it happens, right? We're learning every day, folks. There's new and innovative ways to get out there, to accomplish what it needs to be accomplished. And here's one of the big ones I keep seeing. It's AI. Everybody's saying AI is going to save the world, or maybe not. But this study coming out of the University of Iowa took a look at a pigeon's brain. And what they realized is that the pigeons use the same technology, if you will, as artificial intelligence. They use brute force or trial and error. Researchers gave the pigeons complex categorization tests that high-level thinking, such as using logic or reasoning, would not aid in solving. The pigeons, by virtue of exhaustive trial and error, were eventually able to memorize enough scenarios in the test to score 70% accuracy. This is exactly what AI is doing. The difference is AI has billions and billions and billions of computers at its disposal. The pigeon is just the pigeon. So what would happen if we got a whole bunch of pigeons together? That would be interesting. Numerous researchers did share that numerous animal species use associative learning, but only a select few dolphins, chimpanzees are thought to be capable of declarative learning. Yet AI is on the verge of declarative learning. We'll see what happens here. The pigeons are like AI masters, said one researcher. They're using a biological algorithm, the one that nature has given them, whereas the computer is using an artificial algorithm that humans gave them. We talk about this all the time around this philosophy, folks. There is the divine and there is the human. And the pigeons, definitely divine. Hey, we're going to take a quick break here on the New Thought Media Network. Let me grab a quick breath and a sip of water, but we're going to be right back with more good news stories. Don't go anywhere. Like, share, and subscribe. Let some friends know what we're doing, and help us say thank you to some of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown Atlanta, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Ontario, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Canada, Om Center for Spiritual Living, La Mesa, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, and all of our individual donors and sponsors. Thank you for being a part of New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Come be you.
Is in my soul. I know I found a soft place to, a soft place to, a soft place to a soft place to fall.
And we're back with more of the good news here on a Friday evening on the New Thought Media Network. I'm Rev Robert with you, and we're sharing those good news stories that remind us we really are all in this together. And we're all in it together. Well, there's a saying out there, it really works when you work it. And we're going to take our hat off tonight to Minnesota. Earlier this week, the Minnesota House passed a bill offering free lunch and breakfast to all Minnesota school students, regardless of income. Yes, universal basic meals are now on the table. All puns are intended. The program will guarantee one daily breakfast and lunch to every student that wants one. Representative Cindy Jordan said, "We as a state fall short of providing equal opportunities for all students without exception. And in a state with an agricultural tradition as rich as ours, it is particularly unacceptable that any child go hungry." Estimates are that this could cost the state up to $200 million annually. Now, the majority of Minnesota students do receive federal funding, if their schools receive federal funding from the National School Lunch Program. That program reimburses schools for every meal served, although it doesn't cover the entire cost of the meal. This bill would cover that funding gap and ensure that all these meals became free for the students. It would apply to over 600,000 Minnesota students. Good news, Minnesota. Good work. Thank you. It's going to take all kinds of ideas, and it does, and it is. And here's another part of that piece of the puzzle. A nonprofit in California is partnering with Google to offer 100 residents a universal basic income for 1 year. Miracle Money California is being funded primarily by a $1.15 million donation from Google. It's being evaluated through a randomized control trial led by researchers at the University of Southern California. The idea, Miracle Messages, is organization. It will distribute $750 each month for 12 months to 100 different individuals experiencing homelessness in Los Angeles County, San Francisco, and Oakland. There is a similar program operating in Denver currently. Unfortunately, I was not able to find any updates on how that program is operating and how well how it is working. We're going to keep an eye on both of these stories and both of these organizations as we go. Miracle Money was first launched amid the pandemic in December of 2020. And now here we are just a few short years later, partnering with Google and providing a universal basic income for up to 100 unhoused individuals in their region. Good work, folks. Very good work happening in the world. And speaking of the global good work, here's another really good story that we found on the internet. India has expanded their clean drinking water program. Now, we've reported on this previously as well. They are now, with an addition of almost 80 million households, they are over 111 million households have access to drinking water since the program launched in August of 2019. That's about 56% of rural households in the nation. The Jal Jeevan mission hopes to connect every household in the country to the public water system sometime by the end of 2024. The initiative faced disruptions during the pandemic, but from the starting point of just 32.2 million rural households out of a registered 192 million, the program is a remarkable success. This is good news. More clean drinking water. Forget sometimes. I do. I forget sometimes how incredibly privileged we are. And so we're going to take another quick break here, folks, share a little more with you from our sponsors and what's going on around the New Thought Media Network. And as we do, I would invite you to stay grateful for the blessings we have, because there's still 46% of the nation, of the rural households in India, do not have clean drinking water. Let's take a quick break. This is the good news here on New Thought Media Network. We're going to let you ponder that while we share a little bit more. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stay tuned.
New Thought Media Network is on the rise. We're looking to grow with you. Do you have technical media experience? Or perhaps a desire to learn? Are you willing to volunteer your precious time and attention? We share this message to benefit all. If you possess a computer with a camera and a microphone, we will share our knowledge with you. Behind the scenes or being the star, let us bless our one. Contact us at info@ntmedia.org.
Oh, here is the church, here is the steeple. Open the door, give love to all the people. Oh, here is the church, here is the steeple. Bust down the doors and wake up the people, 'cause I'm catching this feeling. It's a funny kind of pain. The price I'll pay for change, for change. My heart
And we're back with more good news here on the New Thought Media Network. You know, folks, in our final segment of the evening, we often like to look at those human interest stories, those humanitarian stories, the places where individual people are doing a whole lot of good, whether it's something they've been doing a long time or something totally unexpected. First up tonight, we want to give a big kudos and a big shout out to Michael Jordan. Now, it's no secret that Michael has been a partner with the Make-A-Wish Foundation for the past 34 years. He's one of the most requested celebrities to fulfill a wish. Back in 2008, he was named their Chief Make-A-Wish Chief Wish Ambassador. And Michael's celebrating his 60th birthday by donating $10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He hopes that it is a decision that will inspire others to contribute as well. Now, I don't have $10 million to contribute, but I'm pretty sure I got $10 to contribute. Perhaps you do as well. Make-A-Wish Foundation does great work all across the the country, making sure that children with terminal cancer are provided opportunities to experience their wish come true. Thank you, Michael Jordan, for being a part of making a wish, making it real for all these years. Hey, here's a story out of the immediate experience of our lives. This one, if you haven't heard, there's been an earthquake in Turkey and Syria. If you haven't heard, well, get to praying about it. A lot of us have been praying on it daily. But what happened here is a Pakistani gentleman walked into the Turkish embassy in the United States and donated $30 million for earthquake victims in both Turkey and Syria. The Pakistan's prime minister tweeted that these are such glorious acts of philanthropy that enable humanity to triumph over the seemingly unsurmountable odds. Turkey's ambassador confirmed the donation, confirmed that the donor wanted to remain anonymous, and that the money is being used for immediate relief all across Turkey and Syria. To that anonymous donor, we say kudos to you, sir or madam, whatever it might be. Thank you for sharing your financial good with those most in need. We always have a Good Samaritan story as well. This week we're going to introduce you to Joseph Salmon, 17-year-old. Joseph was ice fishing in Dickinson County, Iowa, near a bridge on Highway 71, when he saw a Jeep crash through the ice into the water. Well, he started started yelling, call 911. He was able to use a knife to break the back window and try to get the driver out. Now, the driver's foot had become launched and stuck, but young Jason was able to get into the vehicle and help the driver get free and get him out of the vehicle, and was also able along the way to help the driver's dog get out the back window as well. All of this while happening in an icy river. Oh my God. The driver of the vehicle was transported to a regional hospital and is doing well. Salmon himself, Jason, was treated for minor cuts from the broken glass. Thank you, Jason Salmon. You are a hero. What a great story, folks. And that's normally where I would wrap it up for the evening, but late this afternoon, I caught wind of one more story that I just can't resist. Scientists have created vegan glitter. Yes, this is true. Scientists at Cambridge University in the UK have developed a new type of glitter. It's made from fruit pulp, of all things. Now, you may know that glitter is not very good. Traditional glitter is not very good for the environment. It's made out of microplastics, and those microplastics could last forever. This new material is made from nanocrystals of a cellulose, the natural material that builds the cell walls of plants, fruits, and vegetables. It's pressed into sheets and then cut into glitter. Completely vegan glitter, and in multiple colors. However, I couldn't find a link on where to order any. But that's okay, folks. If they've created it, somebody's going to figure out how to market it. We'll be able to get back into the party season with vegan glitter. Leave those microplastics alone. Hey, I'm Rev Robert. This is the New Thought Media Network. I want to thank you for being with us this evening. Tuned here on the network, Reverend Pastor Michael Mangus will be up in just a half an hour at the top of the hour, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, with the Friday Fireside Chat, and we'll have our normal prayer time, 8:15 Mountain Time tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing the Science of Mind and Spirit Conversation Series at 9 a.m. here on the network. Join us for that. Join me for that, as we'll take a deeper dive into the Science of Mind and Spirit textbook. I'm Rev Robert. I'm going to get out of here for now. I trust you're going to have a great weekend, and please share the good news with everyone you encounter. Until next week, I wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.